Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I have a task force video for you. We did a choke point in 15 attacks, which is pretty darn quick in my opinion. And it was only in 11 hours, so took his time. But doesn't matter, it's no record. I think our record is 13 attacks. I should look that up, but I can't do it right now, so it's just pretty quick. It's not the hardest of operations, and I'm just gonna show you every single attack. First one, solo steal. As you can see, Matt got dips. Didn't ask if he could steal it, because often if you ask, it's no problem at all. And as you all know, the way to do dredge is often going to the right, gather up GBE, and go to the left and blast it up. Luckily in choke point it doesn't have much ice at all, so you don't need to take down 2.5 million health and that kind of crazy numbers, which I've seen before and never done myself. You can see here he missed flared, he accidentally hit a boom cannon, and you never wanna walk with Zukas when they are flared at the defense, because they will walk in a semicircle and oops, you just won't control them, and he almost lost all of Zukas, and still a lot of them survived, but one more rocket shot would have ended more than half of it and would have ended up pretty darn badly. So clutch attack, did good, was a steal. Talking about steals, that happened. You all know this player. He recently ditched most of his statues, so that's why this is no solo attack. And I had to clean up because I was full boosted and I didn't have anything to do with my Zukas otherwise, because the other bases were also given away. And you can just see here, he couldn't smoke entirely to the top because he had to save the GB. And that saving of GBE costs him a lot of clutch tapping, if you know what I'm talking about. And a little nasty, stupid Doom Cannon is a little bit in range, which does splash damage nowadays, and I've been complaining a lot about it. I don't like it, but gotta do what you gotta do. And one boom cannon just messing up one Zuka after another. And in the end, the shield is just too big to take down without a full damage boost, which he had before the full GB boost. It's just not enough. And since it was just so easy up and I had boosted from the previous one, I went in with all Zukas to clean up. Took the same route, grip your Zukas, go first to the sniper tower, and let them be a real tight group. And I smoked halfway there because I was scared if I did to the corner, they would spread out in this corner here and walk over the mines, so I took no chances and just let them do the thing. Keep shocking, and in the end, I tried to regroup them so I could finish them off easily. Didn't work out, and I needed to artillery that last surviving lady over here. And she did. That way, the next attacker of my base get less scored. I know it's nasty, but it makes it less attractive to attack my base. So that's pretty much why I do it, and it's just fun to kill your own troops. Next base is a dual attack from Scarlet Witch and Tien Rocky. I believe they're both unboosted, but I will check about Rocky in a second. Scarlet decided to go after the rocket launchers here, and she did a lot of damage to it. Decided not gonna spend more GB after it, and I'm just going for the right side cleanup. And as you can see, that's the 4th rocket in total. And I'm not really sure about this reflare. It could have done a couple more damage to the shield, but yeah, the Zukas would have died anyway because of the rockets remaining. And I didn't check about the boost. No, that's not boosted. As you can see, same idea. Get rid of the rockets. Go to the right side. And just clean up easy peasy. And trying to keep as much heavies alive as possible because they are pretty much dead meat here. And that's how this duo attack is done. Next base is Argus with Callisto. This is pretty much the most difficult base we had today. It took us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. And as far as Callisto goes, it was a pretty easy one. Normally there are rockets at the top. And sometimes even laser beams where the flamethrowers are here. So the plan was just get rid of the rockets, smoke to the top, clear and finish. And that's exactly what Argus is trying to do. But warriors don't do much damage at all on operations, and that's why they die pretty quickly. So next attacker, Waneda. Takes a different approach. He's gathering some GBE first. And he's going after the shock blaster. Oh, never mind. Shock launcher. My bad. And successfully destroys it, and after that trying to get to the laser. Does about half damage. Still good try, and it helps out a lot. Archeo going in with all Zukas. Same idea, gathering some GB first. And I have no idea what he's gonna do after. I am guessing the rockets are gonna be his target. But I'm not entirely sure. I like to do this without preparation because that way it's a genuine reaction and it's not uh, like I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. It makes it that much more attractive. It's live, it's honest, it's how I like to do things. I don't know if you guys agree, but it's just my style of doing, and it's the easier way also, so double benefits because otherwise I have to watch every attack twice and takes out a lot of time. Write notes and do that kind of stuff. This attack, as you can see, all black the leg going after the top, the machine guns, cannons, and all that kind of stuff, and doing an awesome job in clearing all of it. But I'm guessing he's gonna run out of heavies pretty soon, therefore running out of shields. And so the Zukas. That's always really nasty, a flamethrower right around the corner because the walking pattern of the Zukas don't recognize the flamethrower as a thing and they just walk close to the core and die almost instantly because the flamethrower will get them. I don't know if it's a glitch or just something nasty Supercell has given us, but it happens a lot. Can't do nothing about it except be careful. Next up, Mr. Alex. With Olzuka. And I'm guessing he's going for a bit more of cleanup and at the same time going for the core. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Got a couple of more MGs. Nothing is in range except for the boom cannons. And they slowly take out the last Sukas. Did a little bit of damage to the core. Not enough, but enough so that Johnny could finish this. At the same way, grouping up the Sukas, smoking to the top. Taking a little bit of a scenic route. But you do what you gotta do. If you like the scenic route better, then go ahead, be my guest. It's a big risk, but he still got it. Most of his Sukas survived the trip. And taking core down with a full boost, I see. And I believe we have 2 bases left. Sliding block and high 5. So let's start with sliding block. Start by Mr. Biggest. Wait, that's not the start. Started by Evan. That's the correct attack. With teammates, normally we don't use teammates in operations because they're slow, don't have much damage, and in operations they're not that much of a tank. But since it was such a operation, super easy, We didn't really care. It helps a little bit, makes the next attack a little more easier. Got most of the splash damage buildings, and the next attack could have been done with all Zukas, but as we just saw, Evin went in, Biggest went in with all Scorchers, taking out a lot of defenses. Of course, starting with the splash damage buildings, and after that, sniper towers. Then he thought from I'm not going for the GB, not going for the shields as you're supposed to do, because the Zukas can take it. I'm going to make the finish attack a little easier, getting rid of the rockets, getting rid of the machine guns, and just make it a 2-shock finish, which is highly appreciated, because the next attack done by Mr. Mustata is the finish. No need to grip them up, just going to gather up GBE, get rid of the shields, and an easy 2-shock finish. With the high damage capacity of the Zukas. He doesn't even decide to go after the GB. After the shields directly to the core. Ballsy, I like it. And let's see if he does the 2-shock finish or if he decides to go for 3-shocker. Ooh, I didn't saw that Doom Cannon. It is a 3-shock. Well, seen Mr. Mustata, I totally missed the Doom Cannon. And the last base is a solo from Mr. Fanatic on high 5. With all Zukas, of course. Because that's the way to do solos. Really lucky that there's not a big damage boost in this operation, because one shot from shock launcher usually kills all Zukas. Wisely gets rid of the mines, get rid of the splash damage building first. And then the single shot buildings. And then easily distracts all the single shot buildings. Get rid of a couple of more mines. And at this point nothing is in range. Except for one boom cannon. Which won't do enough damage in time because it shoots just so slow. He decides it's still a threat to him. This looks like a random health pack, but it's really smart because you never know how the Zukas are gonna walk. They often will group up in such a way they will be in range of the flamethrower, and that health pack will just be enough to save their lives, because flamethrowers don't have much health, and health pack will last long enough to counter the damage the flamethrower needs. So that's how we took out choke point today. I'm guessing we will go back to current call after. It's a real mix of fails and success stories these past days. So it's Not really sure if we should go back or not. Of course, we're not full. We have a couple of low level accounts, so that's a bit meh. So if you want to join us, please go ahead and help us out. I really like to go back to current goal because choke point is not really a challenge at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow is gonna be Dr. T. So I'm hoping to record that, not sure yet. So hope you like it, leave a like, leave a message and see you next time. Laters.